Okay, guys, we are back again with another Edge of Eternities draft. Thank you for tuning in. I'm coming off the back of an unfortunate 3-3 with our green-black value deck. So I'm going to try and draft something a little bit. I'm sick of playing green. I want to try out the different colors in the format. Pack one, we have a Beyond the Quiet, is definitely a good sweeper, but I think All Fate Stalker is one of the best cards in this set. It's so versatile. It's aggressive. It's a removal spell. So we are going to start with this. Straight into, look at this. This is what we want. Starfield Shepherd. Basically, White's Mole Drifter at uncommon. Notable uncommon tragic trajectory. And I think that's about it on the same level. So I could see the argument for both, but I want to stay in white. I'm going to take the Shepherd. Okay, pick three. White has dried up, or was non-existent in this pack to begin with. What sort of things we want to combo with white? So this Caderon Harrier, white-red could be a nice aggressive deck. It gives us something to search up with the Shepherd that provides two bodies. And I don't think we're missing out on much here, because like this doesn't really fit into green-white, because green-white's all about counters. And I haven't been impressed with the roving actuator, so I am just going to choose the aggressive one drop right now. Okay, pick four. Oh, whoa, 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 pick four, pick four, pick four. Okay. We double clicked by accident. We ended up taking the station monitor. I didn't actually get a good look at what was in that pack. But station monitor is certainly an option, as I was about to say. It's an option. If we can do the whole double spell thing, I could really see it paying off. And interestingly, there is nothing really for us here. I mean, Starfight Pilot is definitely a decent 2-drop. Vanguard Trooper is a nice top end to refill our hand. And I think we can get the pilot later on, so I am going to choose the Trooper right now. Okay. Now what do we have? We have Memorial Team Leader is an interesting aggressive card. Or we have the Night Luminary versus Zookeeper McCann. So I think Night Luminary is going to be better because it just fits into the curve a lot better. You can play it as a 2 or you can play it as a 4. So we're going to take that as our pick. And now we have a Dauntless Scrapbot to give us a lander versus a pump spell. We wouldn't mind playing one of these versus a 3-3. I think I'm just going to take the Scrapbot here. Pretty solid in every archetype. Perfect. Looks like we're going to be red-white, hopefully. We could have had another Light Luminary instead of that Station Monitor, but the double click got us there. So we're just going to take the ship's engineer and be pretty damn happy about it. Okay, pick 10. The Zookeeper McCann actually came back, which I'm more than happy to play. Roving Actuator, we don't currently have anything for this. It can be quite hard to trigger Void, so yeah, we're just going to take this solid 2-drop into target creature gets haste. Do we want that? No, I'll take the aggressive McCann here, I guess. Okay, pack 2. Let's see what we get. And this is exactly... Oh my goodness me, how do I decide? Pick 1. All Fate Stalker. Obviously, my pick 1 in the last pack. Fantastic magic card. Versus the Sunstar Chaplain. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 more tap creatures, you get to put a counter on something. So it's a very good aggressive 2-drop. I do like it a lot. However, I'm probably going to take the All Fate Stalker here. I do think All Fate Stalker is slightly better. We're low on removal right now. And this does exactly what we want. But we would have loved to pick up a Sunstar Chaplain. Of note, now that we have 2 of these, if we can pick up any of the bigger ward creatures, warp creatures, sorry, we can cheat them into play for 2 mana with the Stalker. We have the Rescue Skiff. Not really what we want to be doing. Crystal Quarry does nothing for us, so I guess I'm going to take the Auxiliary Boosters. I'm certainly happy to play 1 copy of this, and if we end up with any of the 1/1 Knight that finds an equipment, this could be good as well, so we're going to take that. Okay, pick 4. Pretty much it's between a board pump or a Starfighter Pilot. We're low on 2s right now, so I'm more than happy to take the Pilot. Okay, pick 5. I'm just going to take the Honor here. Of note, the red seems to have dried up, so while red-white seems to be open, red is quite contested right now. Okay, pick 6. I guess we'll take the Coordinator. I mean, we'll probably end up playing it unless we get something better. And here we go. There's a Weft Stalker Ardent. Which, yeah, I think that is going to be our pick, actually. Melded Moxite, I wouldn't mind playing a copy, but it's not exactly what this deck wants to be doing. And with our like Night Luminaries and stuff like that, I'm sure we could be dealing a decent bit of damage with the Weft Stalker. Now, I think 7 mana is a little bit ambitious for this kind of deck, so I am just going to take the Full Bore as a combat trick. I don't think it's the best card, but it certainly takes people by surprise because it's not a very commonly played card. So we might try it out. Now we have... I'm not going to play 2 of these, so I guess I will take a War Rager. Okay, pick 10. I guess I'll take this. I don't think I'll be playing it, though. Another one of these versus a 1 mana first strike. I'll take another one of these. Okay, that looks like pack 2 done for us. The only pick I was debating about is the Chaplain, the rare versus the All-Fate Stalker. But now we are on to pack number 3. We've got a pretty solid red-white aggressive deck so far. Now, here's a turning point. There's a Molecular Modifier as a good aggressive card for pushing through damage. Versus the likes of an Orbital Plunge. Now, we certainly could do with an Orbital Plunge. We don't have all that much removal in this deck. But I'm going to try out this aggressive card. It affects the board. The turn it comes into play, it does stuff, you know. And there we go. Number 2, as a nice 2-drop, we have a Terrapact Intimidator. I think that's going to be the pick. It's a very impactful 2-drop. So it's definitely what we're after right now. And now we have... What do we want? Cavlan Seeker, I think we're good on 4s. Seam Rip is interesting, but there's not that much stuff that this actually hits. So now I'm debating between an Execute Savior to reuse some of our cards versus, and I think I'm good on 5s actually, maybe. Am I good on 5s? Or do I want to... I am going to take this as my last big drop, and this can give us a lot more guarantee that we're going to be able to use its effect. So when we're sort of running our last few cards out, we sort of know what we're playing for. It's to draw this to refill our hand. Now here we go, there's another 2-drop. Another 2-drop, and I do think we are just going to play the McCann here. Now here we go. Okay, that's a shame. There's another one of those, so we didn't have to take it so highly. But Memorial Vault does nothing for us. I'm just going to take the Rig for War as a combat trick here. Okay, what do we want here? Drill too deep. Not for us. We're not going to splash blue because we don't really have the way to do so. Um, yep, sure. Wow, that's a late use social engineering. Green could have been open this draft, but we've got a Melded Moxite, is not bad, versus a Zealous Display as a finisher. And I'm just going to take the Moxite, I think. Okay, what do we have here? We have the Zealot. Would we play the Zealot? The Zealot versus the Pangolin, and I think we'll play the Pangolin. Yeah, why not? Let's play the Pangolin. Board pump. Wow, orbital plunge wheels. Exactly what we want. I guess we could consider this. Okay, and here is our deck. This is a first for me, playing red-white, like aggressive decks. We kind of missed out on any good vehicles. Unless we can keep the aggression up. So, but I want to try out some of the tap creatures, like Ship's Engineer and Frontline War Rager that reward you for having tap creatures. And to try and get them through, we've got a few combat tricks we might not otherwise play. So we're trying these out. We're a little bit low on the removal. We've got 2 removal spells, and then of course the 2 All Fates Stalker. And then I'm trimming down 1 land because we've got the 2 Mechans, and our curve is quite low. Hopefully being topped out by a Vault Guard Trooper to draw us back into some action. A notable stuff I'm leaving out right now is the Zealous Display, which I think is a little bit too expensive. But let's jump in and let's see how this aggressive red-white deck does. Okay, game number 1, we're against the little Moogle cat guy from Final Fantasy. And we've got a hand, we've got some teardrops. We're on the draw, unfortunately. And they're going to start with a white-green land that becomes a 3/4 with reach. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I can see, okay, there's a Gene Pollinator. I can see how with this deck, if, for example, we were on the play right now, we'd be attacking for 3, and they would be really behind. They'd be really struggling. But as it happens, we're on the draw, so we're going to see how we do. Is this sort of deck possible to win with? I mean, we've certainly been beaten by our fair share of them, so I don't see why not. I'm just going to run out the modifier right now. Get in for 3. We get to surveil. Yeah, I would like a land next turn, so we're going to keep that. I'd like a plains rather, but that will do, I think. Larval Scout Finder, what can they sacrifice? Is it a land? Yeah. So quite a slow start from the opponent. This is the sort of, I don't want to say durdling, but the durdling slower deck that we've been having success with. Okay, and they are literally on 4 colours, which could be a problem. This gets rid of non-assassin, so I could get rid of this. Try and cut them off. So first things first, let's just attack. See what we hit with the Surveil. Vault Guard Trooper. I am going to keep that as a way to refill our hand eventually. Now here the question is, I could get rid of their Gene Pollinator, put them down a land. And of note, they didn't play a land last turn. So I am in fact going to just do that. I'm just going to get rid of this. Hopefully that slows them down. Another Larval Scout Finder. I like this. They're basically having to pay 3 mana for their land for the turn, which is kind of crazy. Okay. Let's get in and surveil again. They're taking a lot of damage. Second, we will actually take that plains. Now we've got 4 mana. We want to play around. What wrath could they have? I guess they could have the double white next turn if they have a white. But they could have the one that deals 2 to everything. In which case, I'm just going to warp this in. It's not the end of the world if that token dies, and then we're going to just play this because it survives the 2 damage wrath. Let's see what they got. They're going to need something big here. Fungal Colossus for 2 mana. That is certain. Okay, this is their deck plan. This is certainly something big. They've got 1 mana left. I think here. Is this going to be enough? We'll get rid of 1. I think this is enough. Let's just yeah, we'll just run this out as a creature. And that is enough to get the game done. Good game to our opponent. Like we saw, so this deck was just so, we were so quick developing our board, even on the draw. We were able to just wipe them out before they could get anything going. I mean, it did help. They were a little bit slow on their lands that game. But yeah, the faster deck, it can work. It can certainly work this format. Let's see if we can keep this up. Into game 2 versus our blue opponent. We are once again on the draw. It's not ideal for this deck. They're going to start with the Sammy's Curiosity. You hate to see it. They're going to crack, I guess they're going to crack their lander. We can hopefully put them in between a rock and a hard place right here and run out this. You know, maybe they've got Bombard next turn, they can just give us the counters. Otherwise, this is going to be a tough decision. And they give us the counters. So I'm assuming they got some sort of removal or maybe a Wayfarer next turn to block us. This is going to ramp them nicely into 4. Zookeeper McCann. Okay. Another Sammy's Curiosity. That's an interesting play. Let's attack. I'm just going to run out the War Rager here. Makes the most use of our mana, and I don't really want to keep full bore up. Next turn we can double spell with the Warp of the Night Luminary, although I will note we are a little bit heavy on planes right now. Potential 5 mana from the opponent, and they choose to do nothing. Very interesting. Let us... We don't need to play our land yet. Okay. Let's attack, see what they got. Okay, that's fine if they want to do that. I am just going to play out... if they've got something like Bombard, I don't really want them to take out Sammy. I'm just going to run up the McCann here. I'm worried about something like Bombard. I mean, they could just have nothing, in which case we could have taken over the game with Sammy. But for now, I'm just going to develop our board. They're probably going to kill our War Rager. And then hopefully Sammy can sort us out next turn. Litho breaking for 2, goodness me. Okay. But they choose not. They choose not to sack. Why? Okay, I guess that's why they needed the mana. It's kind of a strange play though. Okay. Intimidator down. Now what do we want here? Problem with All Fate Stalker is we don't want to give them the ETB once again. Do we need the mana? Yes, I kind of do. Let's just attack. Let's see what they got. I'm hoping they block the frontline War Rager here. Perfect. Full bore saves my guy, right? Yes. Full bore means we win this combat. And now we get to play Sammy out. And look at this. Look at this. We get a 2-2. We get to grow our guy. It's a 3 mana 4-5 right there. I'm hoping this is enough. Into the Glacier Godmore. We've got the answer. Banishing Light off the top. I do think... I think Banishing Light is better. Because it plays around a board wipe. Let's get rid of that. We could take out the... Wow! And they concede. Absolutely fantastic start. This is exactly what we were trying to do with this deck. We play to the board, we play cheap tricks, we use our mana, and we get them before they can get going. Okay, game 3. We're against Tezzeret himself. We're on we're on the draw once again. I would love to be on the play with this deck. Maybe I'll get a go one day. But I mean, I can't complain. I can't complain. We've been doing well. Red from the opponent. What other colors are they playing? Into the all-plate pangolin in green, red. Okay, interesting. Right here. I'm going to run out the pilot. Hopefully getting some wave. Wow, they've just naturally drawn their 3 colors. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Thorbringer is a good card on 3. No blocks here. I don't believe. Now we do need land. We did get a land. That's nice to see. Let's get in. Molecular modifier. Do we want that? It's going to let us press through some damage. But right now, I think we need lands. This is our game plan. Play out our hands, draw a new hand with Vault Guard Trooper. And to do that, we need lands. And now we've got the Scrap Bot. Not very good at blocking, so I'd be happy to trade that off with the Thorbringer. Was this Naya from the opponent? I guess it's just... okay, they're just playing full color good stuff. And they've drawn all 4 of their basic lands. Wow. Let's block this, I think. Yeah. As I'm on the on the draw, sorry, I can't really afford to just keep taking 4 off this thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming they've got lots of ways to fix their mana, but like just naturally drawing all the basics kind of it never feels good on the opposing side. Sky Stinger from the opponent is going to stop us attacking this turn. It's going to stop us attacking unless. So we can crack this, leaving us with one land. We could honor. We could search for the plains, giving us 2 mana left. 2 mana to maybe get another land. I do believe. Oh, although I could combo this for 4 mana. So actually, if I just do this, I'll show you. I've got something good coming up. I think. Let us. Let's attack for 3. Let's not be cowards. We need a land. Can't take that, unfortunately. They do block. That's fine. That's actually perfect. I was a little bit worried about taking damage here. Now we're going to play this. I'm assuming. So this should be a hard decision for them unless they've got a removal spell. I think. Okay. They probably got removal. Otherwise, I think the landers might be the better option because we're not going to have time to crack them all. Tanuk into nothing. Tanuk into nothing. Wow. Here's the plains. Let's attack here. They take 4. Right. Now I'm going to warp this for 2. I think this works. Let's warp this for 2. Let's get ourselves a plains right now. I warp this for 2. I think this works, guys. I'm going to exile my own shepherd. Now, end of turn, this goes, and the shepherd should come back, right? Yes. And now. Now we get the 1-drop. Okay, guys. I think that was good. I mean, we got a lot of value from that. Now, if they have some way to... Okay, Thorbringer. Solid card, solid card. They keep this on top. That's worrying. I don't like that. They're going to attack. I'm not going to block this. Okay, what do we have here? We have the land. Okay. We're definitely attacking with the shepherd. I don't think we want to trade. Well, we know they want that card, so it kind of wastes the surveil if we attack for them, which is good. But I am just going to attack in the air. Because holding this back, it like holds back all their creatures pretty much. So we're taking a lot of damage otherwise. Do I want to get rid of Tanuk? There's no sign currently of them being able to draw 2 cards. In which case... Oh, so, yeah, there's so many decision points in this format. I am going to play this out as non-warp. I'm going to get the Harrier going as well. I was between that and warping and cracking my lander, but I think this blocks the Thorbringer better. Now here's a Simon's Curiosity. Okay, they can draw a card. Maybe that's what they kept. I hope that's what they kept. But they're a little bit, you know, they're getting their value. They're lacking on the board right now, which is good for us. Combat trick by here. I mean, I think we've milled up combat tricks, right? No, there's one left. We've got about 4 more, but like something like that would just tip us over the edge right now. Would take us all the way in this game. I think here. What could I do? Leaves me with 2 mana. Lets me do a lander. This is tough, man. I've got time to think. I need to think. Sorry, I'm taking a little while. There's new cards and stuff, and I don't want to mess up. And I'm just going to go, yeah, I think just remove their stuff. The question is what? I'm just going to get rid of this Tanuki. They can draw in response, but that's okay. Or not. That's very interesting. I mean, I have a board wipe. Definitely attacking in the air. I'm happy to trade this. I'm happy to trade this. Let's just go with everything. They've got to have something here because they didn't crack. Wow, okay. They got me. Invasive maneuvers, gets their Tanuki back. This gives them some blocks. But I think this is still okay. They can definitely eat some of my stuff. They're taking, what, 6 here? Wow, super greedy blocks. Super, super greedy. I'm more than happy if they want to block like that. Okay, they're on 4. They have to find an answer for this shepherd now. And they have to have one, otherwise you don't make that play, you know? And I'm hoping the auxiliary boosters can get it done. Although I do actually have to watch out for getting killed on the crackback, I guess. Yeah, maybe I should have been more afraid of their removal. I was expecting them to... Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Well, it's not okay. They're getting a lot of value here, but it is what it is. I hope we can pull through. I just hope we can pull through. I don't think that was a great turn from me. I should have respected the removal. I saw the 2 mana. I thought for sure they were gonna... And that's actually game? How did they... Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. We threw that game. We threw so hard. Ah. Sorry, guys. That happens sometimes. But we're going to make up for it. We're going to forget it. We're going to get into the next one, okay? Okay. It's a new game. We're on the play. Of all the times we're actually on the play, we don't have any 2-drops now, which is quite funny. But yeah, we definitely we were cooked. We threw that last game. When they didn't crack the land, I should have respected something from the opponent, and I could have gone for like half measures. I could have gone for a longer game with Sammy. So that one's on me. That one's on me. Don't blame the deck. This is still a solid deck. I don't know what was happening with the opponent then. Hopefully I've skipped through that in the edits. but they were just taking their sweet, sweet time. Let's just get a land here. Make sure we can play everything. Okay. And you know, this is a slow start for our deck. This is not ideally what we want. This is a bit of a slow start. But hopefully this can get it done. So the opponent's on black so far. I'm not going to block here. They're going to have the 1/3 draw card guy. Okay. The question is whether they could have a double spell next turn. They could have the likes of the pressurize and a 2-drop. That would absolutely suck. Or if I attack, they can just this is tough, this is tough, this is tough. No attacks. I'm just going to keep it back to block the infiltrator. And I'm just going to use my mana up here. I'm going to get Sammy out. If they've got a double spell, they've got a double spell. Okay, heavy swamps from the opponent. Cryogen Relic, that's going to help them double spell quite easily. Periphery Beckoner. Okay. They do unfortunately get the double spell here. I guess we'll take this. This does mean we're going to get to make a robot. So we're sort of trading some board presence for card advantage. So it's not the end of the world. And we do hit our land, which is quite nice as well. So let's get in for 5. Is this tapped or is this tapped? Wow. Sammy letting us down. And yeah, I'll just go for the. We'll get our hand empty, ready for the trooper. Play out the 3/4. We'll get a robot. So our opponent beating us in terms of card advantage right now, but on board we are a little bit ahead, I would say. Go track a hound. Okay. So our opponent's getting a lot of value. They're getting a lot of value. On the plus side, they're not affecting the board all that much. Let's discard. I think rig for war here. Yeah. Get in for another card. But they are taking a lot of damage, which is nice. Okay. What do I want to do here? Probably involves Banishing Light and Zookeeper McCann. What can we get him with and survive? The problem here is if they play Peregrine Beckoner, I don't have that good blocks for it. Interesting. Let's play this. I am just gonna. Seems like an odd play, but it does mean that Sammy can get in and survive. There we go. Let's get out the Macan. If we draw a land next turn, we can buff something by 4 maybe. That's 7 in the air. It's pretty good. It was either this play or it was take the turn off, play on my Starfield Shepherd. But I want to keep up the 2/2s with Sammy if possible. Maybe that was the wrong play. I don't know. This was certainly the most aggressive play, I would say. It sort of forces them to try and answer some things rather than giving them time to develop. They can attack with both. I'm imagining there's a board wipe here. I mean, Void doesn't do all that much for them. Some of the Void cards, I don't think. Let's see what they got. Board wipe. Okay, Void Forge Titan. Wow, that is not what I expected. That's pretty awful, actually. I don't know why they would do that. I guess that's all they had going on. So what can we do here? We can use this to pump. We can get him for 9. Okay, that's game, I guess, right? Yeah. 7. They block 1, 8, 9. That's right. Yes, I don't want to do the bad math. There we go. GG. Like our opponent, look, they've died with 6 cards in hand. Yeah, we just affected the board efficiently, and they didn't get time to use all of their card draw. Cool. So we're gonna go on to the next one. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna go on to the next one. I'm gonna hope to keep this up.
Okay, guys, we're back for game 5. We're currently 3-1 with this deck. Our opponent is going first. We've got a 2-mana play, and 3. Any mana is going to give us access to the Dauntless Scrapbot, which can then fix our colors. So I think we do have to keep this. Ideally, we can draw red on its own. Otherwise, we can get the Scrapbot going. There we go. There's red. Night Luminary from the opponent. You know, I guess we'll get the Pangolin going. It blocks better. Blue-white. Blue-white double spells. So to be careful of their explosive turns. Bright Spear Zealot is a fine card. And right now, let's just get the Scrapbot out. Again, being on the draw this game has put us considerably behind. They've got a double spell turn. Luckily, it's not into like a Gigastorm Titan or anything, but they do have a 3/2 from that. But we could trade everything for this, which I do not like the look of. Take 4. Now then, there's a few things we could do. So what does this do for us? We can honor on the Dauntless Scrapbot, which lets it block the Brightspear Zealot. Alternatively, we can play out the Light Luminary for warp, and then warp it out with the Orphate Stalker. That way we get an extra 1/1. I kind of like, I think I'm going to start with honor on the Scrap Bot. There we go, we've got a Banishing Light. Is that of interest to us right now? Huh. Right now I am just going to Banishing Light the Zealot. Get that out of here. I'm going to try and hit for... If they double spell next turn, they can hit us back for 4. Most likely they just play the Luminary next turn. Yeah, more than likely they just play the Luminary. If they do double spell, we have the Orphate Stalker to potentially just blink the operative. Okay. They would need a 1-mana blue spell here. They could have something. They do? Wow, they do. That's impressive. Opponent with the excellent draw here. It's going to make this a difficult game. Now, I think... I guess I'm just going to run out the 5/5 for now. We've got some action in our hand. I guess I shouldn't have blocked with a Pangolin, but I just didn't expect them to also have drawn a 1-mana spell. Okay, 5 mana for the opponent, 2 cards in hand. Doesn't look like they're sacking their relic, so they've probably got something pretty good. And there we go. That is a 4 mana 8/8, which is rough. So I do need to remove that, unfortunately. If I remove that, we can do nothing else this turn, so that's a problem. Let's just hard cast this, I think. And now we play the game of, do they have a removal spell? If so, we are in trouble. If not, then we're good. Mechanozoa. It's a nice little tempo play here for them. Now they can tap this down for pretty much the rest of the game, right? Okay. They're making us feel the burn, they're beating down. Mechanozoa can come down next turn and stun whatever we play. In which case... I can actually attack for 2 and discard my hand, but I don't think I want to do that yet. Let's run out the pilot. Let's actually let's warp this. I'll play this tapped. Okay, so they can bring down the Mechanozoa this turn. I mean, they might just decide to tap down our trooper for another turn. We'll see. Banishing Light is the draw from the opponent. That's a fantastic draw for them, not for us. Can we afford to take 4 here? I think so. Removal spell off the top would be ideal. We do have an orbital plummet left. I can't actually get 2 tapped creatures this turn, unfortunately. We've got 7 mana available. If I play the Luminary, I'm jumping. Huh. If I play the Trooper, it's just getting tapped down, you know? And then I probably... yeah, I guess I want more bodies. The Luxknight Breacher being surprisingly brilliant for the opponent in this game. I'm in. Unfortunate that we that they drew the Banishing Light. I think we could have been okay this game if they didn't. Now we can come down with the Mechanozoa. No Mechanozoa from the opponent. Interesting. And we are just going to make the obvious blocks here. Yeah. I guess the Mechanozoa comes down now. No? Interesting. interesting and terrifying. I don't know what they could have, unless it's just a straight up counter spell. Or maybe it's the card that maybe it's the card that untaps their creatures. But I don't really know why you would I don't know why you would not run that out. So what I can do, if I warp this, I can bring this in. Actually, it's only going to be a 3/3. Let's try. I'm going to warp this first. See what they say about that. Let's try it. They've got to have something. Radiant Strike, okay. It's not the end of the world. Now we play this out. Unfortunately, we still don't get the card draw. And they get back a 3/3. I'm going to take 4 this turn. I'm going to tap down the Trooper. Get him for 4. Ah, land is not what we wanted to see here. We obviously have to get rid of this. We don't want to be chumping, so I guess we have to... Obviously we could attack and try and draw one of our combat tricks, but I think better just to hold back. Now we hope they don't have any removal. Ha! Of course they do. Of course they do, yeah. Wow. And our opponent just outdraws us this game. They had a fantastic draw. They never drew any fat at all. Just pure value. It's unfortunate. Okay, and what we felt was a good deck. This could be the last game. Like I said, this is a very high variance format. Whereas we started off very well. Our previous last 2 opponents have just completely outdrawn us. I don't really think I made any mistakes that cost me that last game. I do think they just drew better than us. But now we are on the play, and we're on the play with an actual aggressive hand. I think if our opponent gives us counters here and they don't have a good removal spell, they could be in trouble. But okay, they see that too, and they give us the landers, which is equally going to get the job done in the long term. Let's okay. Let's just use our mana as efficiently as possible here. I thought for sure I was going to be able to get him for damage with the modifier, but nobody expects the 0/4. Virulent Silencer, wow. I'm going to get infected out, huh? Into... I'm going to play out the modifier here. Keep back the 2/3 to block. But I mean, a 3/4 for 2 mana is pretty good. And the opponent's got red as well. So we do need to be careful about our removal spell for our Rig for War. We would love to see a land next turn. We're a little bit lacking on lands right now. Okay, a 2/4 for the opponent. Plus perhaps a Plasma Bolt. They attack with everything. Um, I'm just gonna block here. If they have full ball, they have full ball, you know. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Now here we go. What can we do here? If we can get in with 2 creatures, we can get Sammy going, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So instead, I think we're just going to play out the Pangolin. Let's play out the Pangolin. And I think we're going to end our turn by here. Keep up the lander or the rig for war, depending on what happens. Steel Swarm Operator. I mean, this infect is looking quite scary right now. Into a Illboy Infiltrator. No attacks. Great, we're going to crack this. Get ourselves a Plains. Okay, what can we do now? If I can get in with 2 things, I can get Sammy going, but I'm kind of worried about the air right now. In which case I can take 2 to grow the Pangolin. Is that something worth doing? Huh. Huh. This is a tough one. Yeah, I don't really want to take 2 by here. I'm kind of feeling the pressure a little bit. So they're going to take 2 off this. Let's play this tapped. No attacks. A removal spell would be bad for us here. 6 lands from the opponent. I could have something big. Another Virulent Silencer. That is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. Into a Starwinder. Okay, they're going to draw 2 cards. Wow, that is actually terrifying. We might actually get infected out here. That's insane. All-Fade Stalker, that's not bad. Certainly not bad. What to remove though? There's so many threats. My goodness. So if I can get in with 2 things, I can make a robot. Hmm. I kind of might need the All-Fate Stalker for the Starwinder though, which is a problem. What to do, what to do. I guess if I want to give anything first strike, it would be this guy. If I get him for 4, that means I can take 2 in the air. That's 8 infect. And then I am a bit worried about getting killed by the rest of the infectors. This is tough. I guess no attacks. I'm just going to play out. I'm being a massive coward right now. But these two Virulent Silencers, this is looking like a block constructed deck. This is ridiculous. I'm under a lot of pressure. And they've also got the Starwinder coming down. Good God. Here we go. At least they don't get to double spell. They're going to attack? They do attack. What can I do here? So I obviously block this. I could take this, kill this. That leaves them with 4 blockers. This is a good chance to take out the flyers, I think. Yeah. Just going to take out you. This will take out you. Okay, so the flyers have been neutralized. Now then. First things first. Let's get that Starwinder out of here. I would love to attack with 2 things here. Sammy's kind of the only thing that could attack. In which case they have to like trade one of their silencers for it. Which I don't hate. So let's see that. I'm happy if they want to trade a silencer, I guess. Yeah, I guess. There we go, that's not so bad. We still get a robot. And I am going to end turn here. So here we go, we get another robot. Yeah, I guess I'll make this a 3-3. This actually helps a bit. Now, if they have an answer for our All Fate Stalker, we could definitely be in trouble. Okay, they pass the turn. That's interesting. I mean, that could just mean they're going to instant speed kill our thing, which is going to give them a 7/7 blocker. Then they've got 5 blockers. 1, 2. Means we are not going to be able to kill them, I guess. I am just going to get in with just the flyover here. This thing doesn't have a reach, does it? No. Okay. Let's see what they got. Okay. Let's play out the War Rager. You're going to take a damage. We're going to leave our lander up. Yep, I thought as much. We learned from the last time. Instant speed removal on the Fate Stalker can be a problem. Now we just have to hope they have nothing ridiculous here. The Pangolin, that's not bad. And Terrapact Intimidate, that looks like that's the game. I mean, I guess they're going to draw 2 more cards actually, so no, that's certainly not the game. At this stage, you can have 2 landers. You can have 2 landers because this game is not going to come down to that. You're either going to kill me, you're either going to answer my threat this turn, or you're going to lose. Wow, I can't believe they're choosing to make the Pangolin bigger. This is just... So maybe, I don't know their deck, but if they had Lost in Space, they can't play that anymore. Unless they draw a land. So they're going to draw 2 cards. They're going to need like a bounce spell here. Or a land plus Lost in Space. They're going to need something, that's for sure. Okay, let's crack this lander. Turn our deck. Whew, come on. Come on, deck. All Fate Stalker. It's a good draw. What I think I'm going to do here... I'm going to go to attacks. I've got a plan. I have got a plan. Let's attack for lethal. And they don't look like they have anything. That is the game. Whew! Damn, that was close. My plan was, if they did something to my guy, I was going to All Fate Stalker one of my own creatures on the warp. So that deals 1 damage to them. And then the thing coming back at the end of turn deals another damage. So I think they would have been dead regardless. But whoa, that was a close game. That was a real close game. And a great game of Magic. Okay, we're against the Diamond rank now. Hopefully this game... I thought the last game was going to be, you know, not a breeze, but we had a nice hand. We were on the play for once. But it was way closer than I thought it was going to be. So, you know, if Wizards wants to give us a game just to chill out a little bit, you know, nothing crazy, no big 7/7s, no, like, infect tribal, like I almost got infected out that game, man. That was crazy. But no, it looks like our opponent's got plenty to do. Let's just run this out. Oh, next turn we can go Frontline War Rager plus the combat trick. Let's see what they got. Weftstalker Ardent on the warp. Goodness me, what is this? I think that was kind of the wrong way around, bud. Okay, I'm not going to argue with it. Who am I to say? Let's attack. What do they got? Okay. I can survive this, right? Yes. Okay. And then I guess we're just going to run out a 3/4. If they don't have an answer for this, this can keep growing, hopefully. But no, they have the orbital plunge. That's a shame. I'm happy if they want to trade here. Okay, that's fine by me. And now we are going to get out our Night Luminary. Okay, the Weft Walker comes down. Weft Stalker. My bad, not Weft Walker. Okay, what can I do here? Let's attack. That's fine. Let's play this land so we can't get countered. Okay, so Sammy is going to make a 2/2. So we basically just upgraded a 1/1 right there. They're going to get their land. And we are kind of, we've got one big removal spell. Got one big removal spell for whatever big threat they play. So ideally they play something big rather than removing our Sammy. Uthra scan ship. Okay, that's not too bad. They can't really crew that too well right now. And if they do station it, it means we get to attack more, which gets us more robots, which is good. What's this? Draw 2, discard a card. Yeah, strong card. Hopefully they don't have a bombard. Plasma bolt, that's okay with me. That's okay. Now they probably don't crew. Yeah, there we go. Let's get a mountain. Okay, the pangolin. So I could Banishing Light here, get him for 5. Let's just keep attacking. We'll play the pangolin. We can grow him. Make a 2/2. I mean, yeah. We're not adding to our board, but we're just keeping the damage up. It's definitely a consideration to banishing like this, but then it means if they play something big this turn, I just lose. Unless I draw another removal spell. Oh wow, okay, Specimen Freighter. That's a good card. I'm wondering what they're going to do here. Are they going to just take out our tokens? Okay. Now, how much mana do I have? 3, 6. What is this to crew? 8, 9 to crew and 8 to crew. Goodness, that's a lot. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm going to lead. I am going to Banishing Light now. I think it's crucial to make sure we can get in and make more robots. 3 mana. Let's just warp this in. They don't have the counter. Okay, so we make a robot. We're going to ping them again. And we can grow the pangolin. Okay. So now they're in a bit of trouble. They're going to need something good. Okay, there's the whale. So this is the sort of thing we wanted to hit with our Banishing Light. But the fact is, them having that creature was stopping us from getting in for damage and making a robot that turn. And if we take too long, they are going to start crewing up their spacecrafts, and that is how they're going to win. So if we can keep them off the board and off life, we can get in for sure. Now here, let's attack with him. These three definitely attacking. They eat this, they take 5. Alternatively, I don't attack with the pangolin. They only take 3, but my pangolin is a 4/4 for next turn. Let's slow down just a tiny bit, I think. Now I don't know what's going on. I hope they don't have something for this. What is this? Oh dear, I'm in danger. I guess we run this out. They're probably going to kill this end of turn, unfortunately. Yeah. Damn it. So now they do still lose unless they draw something. They do need to draw some action. Of course they do. Damn. If we can get them to 1. No, okay. Whew. Dear God. We got it done. We got it done. Damn, that was close. That was real close. These games have been fantastic, but it's a lot of pressure. Or each game being so hard, so difficult. Just give us a smooth one, please, Wizards. But yeah, they almost came back. Then they almost came back. We just about got them. If they'd had like one more removal spell or something like that, we could have been in trouble. Okay, we're currently 5 wins, 5 and 2. Playing for honor, playing for pride. Let's keep this. Wow, okay, Sammy's Curiosity. I thought they were going to have a 1-drop of their own. I don't know why it was full control then. It's freaking me out. Let's just play the Harrier. Next turn we can attack for 4. They're going to crack the lander. Okay. Let's see what colors they are. Green base, green and blue. A tale as old as time. We're not going to make a 2/2. We are going to make a 1/1. Night Luminary was a real nice draw there. If we can draw another land, we're going to be quite happy. I've been real impressed with Night Luminary. I mean, it fits in on 2. It's like a 2-drop that draw. It's like a 1/1 that draws you a 4/3 later on. So it's definitely decent. Now we have 3 mana. Just attack, I guess. I hope they block. Damn. Damn. And now they might have an explosive turn. I wish they blocked. They're too smart for me. We can kill it next turn. By next turn, the damage might have been done already. Let's see what they got. Oh no, here we go. Okay. 2 mana, 2/3 into Galactic Wayfarer. Okay, so it's not doing anything crazy, but it's just letting them get so much mana. There we go. They're gonna attack for 2 maybe? Yeah, why not? My turn. Yeah, we really missed out not having a player that turn. Here I do think we just run out the Luminary. If they can take advantage of the Scion Assist again, you know, I'll be really impressed. I think it's more important to keep the Orbital Plunge for like an actual threat they get out with it, not for the Scion Assist at this point. And again, this game we were on the draw, which means we're kind of, if it was, think about it, if it was flipped, I mean their first real play on the board was this on turn 3, and by then we would have had a fair bit of aggression going. But it is what it is. We're playing a different game now. We're not quite in the aggressor's seat. And our creatures are currently a little bit outclassed by the Scion Assist, the 2/4 body. Close encounter, that's fine with me. Into Galactic Wayfarer. Okay, so they've got plenty of lands. What can I do here? I think we're reasonably happy to trade here. Yeah. Okay. That's not the end of the world. Get that body off the board. Saves us using a removal spell. Now we've got a 5/5. Let's see what they say to that. Okay. And they're going to crack. They can only crack 1 this turn, right? Okay. I mean, I say only. We know from experience this is a fantastic card. On any sort of long game, they are going to dominate now, unfortunately. I'll see what they got. I want to put the aggression on, otherwise we're not beating that engineering. They're going to take it. Lovely. How about another one? Galactic Wayfarer. Wow. Galactic Wayfarer tribal right now. Interesting that they didn't run out the engineering. I guess they don't have a land in their hand. And they're cracking these now. That's actually very concerning. That's very, very concerning for me. It means they could well have a the big worm next turn. The big old worm. What does the worm do for them? If they have the worm plus a land, so they have to draw the land. If they do have the worm plus a land, I think they win. I think they do win if they have the worm and a land. So they have to draw a land. Yeah, let's keep that back. Of note, if they don't block, we can actually kill them. I'm assuming they'll at least chump block. Okay. Let's see what they got. A chump block. So what we can do now is we can full bore. Full bore is gonna save our creature, yeah? Okay. Yeah. So what do we got right now? If they have the guy, so that's 7. I think he's got trample, right? I think. So that will be 7 damage to us. We block one of these, then we take another 7, that's 14. Whereas if I block one of these with the Sammy, that is only 10. So it's not quite lethal. So I'm just going to play out the Sammy right now. Okay, I actually don't want to discard my hand, because we have a lot of action, which is a shame. Would be a good time to do it, but so they need the worm plus a land. The Godmaw, that's what it's called, the Godmaw. They need Colossal Godmaw, whatever it's called, plus a land. They don't have that. Have they got double land? Another land could help them. Sure, let's just, we'll take 3 here. Okay. I've only got like, I haven't got quite enough damage yet. That's Orbital Plunge. Oh dear God, this is difficult. This is very difficult. Let's plunge one of these. I do think they've got the Dreadbore in hand, the guy in hand, otherwise. Can they double activate now? This is quite scary. This is so difficult. Maybe I'm overthinking things here. Okay. We're going to go for these 3 attacks. Not quite enough for lethal, unfortunately. So now we've got the 3 blockers. We can chump these 3. So what I'm afraid of, guys, yeah, I guess now I take action. I want to draw a removal spell. We've got a lot of chances at it. There we go. So what I'm afraid of is the yeah, the Glacier Godmaw into a land, into crack the land. I think we actually survived this. Yeah. So we're going to take 8. Oh God, no. Oh no. Nah, never mind. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I completely forgot that they just get... Yeah, we weren't beating that then. I forget that they just get a 2-2 and it gets haste. What a ridiculous card. The uncommon Craterhoof Behemoth puts an end to our comeback then. I thought we had that game. I knew they had it. I knew they had it. I just didn't. I forgot that it gives haste. What a powerful magic card. How did that get through testing, man? Whew. But anyway, there was nothing we could do about that. I mean, we would have had to keep everything back, lose our board, and then we just lose the game, right? The only other option would be to attack with everything, hope they don't block, but they would have done. Yeah, nothing we can do. Use social engineering plus the best uncommon in the set, like, Craterhoof Behemoth. Plus, they happen to draw the land. If they didn't draw the land, we didn't actually lose that game. But, alas, let me know what you think. Powerful deck here. Very powerful deck. You know, we got on board very quickly. Could take people out before they got to establish their boards. In that game, like you saw, they managed to get to their big game stuff, which is when we can suffer. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed my different take. Finally, not playing green. Really enjoying not playing green, actually. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having good luck in your Edge of Eternities drafts and your life. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. Until next time. Peace.